Hi, Ren. I hope you're doing well. Here is some updated information about the project that you can be working on right now. It's what we've been doing in class yesterday and then today. Today we talked a little bit about our sources, and I'll go over that information with you. The method to create it, the project, where you'll put it all together. It might be difficult for you to do a poster and then share that with us. So my guess is you're probably going to have to choose to either do a website using Google Sites or create a presentation using Adobe Spark. So I know it says video web page poster. I think right here it'd be best if you did a presentation. That's one of the options there. Pause it. Okay, so I started again. I wanted to pull up your information, like your assignment here, so I can make comments on here. So instead of saying video, web page, poster, etc., right here is probably going to be presentation, or I think they might call it or report if you're going to use Adobe Spark. If you have another option apart from Google Sites, making a website, which I'll show you an example of one. Here is an example of a website that was created last year about an issue a student wanted to address, and then they just have different links and different content on their website. I think they're fairly straightforward creating in Google Sites, since a lot of it is click and drop, like what most Google work is. So this person came up with this type of information on a Google site. I think that would be helpful for you to do if you wanted to do that. So right here, what we want to identify, and I think I'll add this in since you weren't in class. We brainstormed a lot of ideas on what are issues happening in the United States that we care about or that are important, that are impacting individuals. And then we wanted to dive into those a little deeper. Okay, sorry, I had to take a little pause there because I came into my room to vacuum. I think we left off with the topic that you need to identify. In your classroom, I posted the topics that we came up with. So I gave this to you. It's a doc. There's a list of these topics. So here are some examples. Topics that people identify that would help to improve the standard of living for people in the United States: decreasing poverty or decreasing unemployment, pollution, addressing global warming, recycling, finding renewable energy sources, creating more after-school programs, making better adoption services, adjusting the school day schedule, either by 4 days a week or starting later in the morning or having more PE or elective school time. Parks development. I mean, there's a whole list of really great things we came up with, and perhaps you're thinking of something that's not on here. Either way, you would need to, you're right here, you would need to choose the topic that's most important to you, and then answer this part right here. I think this issue is important because. Tell us why the issue you chose is important. And then the next part is why I think addressing this issue is going to improve the lives of people. Then we want to begin to gather our research, and this is where I need to do a better job, and I've talked through this with some of our class mates. So, what are we looking for here? One, you need to find an online resource, probably, to use, and you would put that source right here. Just paste in the website. We'll go over how to format our sources later. But then other information that we want to find would be helpful background information that we need to know about your topic. I'm just scooting down a couple lines. I mean, you can choose to make this how you want to know. important or helpful statistics. So it could be, 15% of the people in the United States today are living below the poverty threshold. That would be a helpful statistic. Helpful details. To understand the issue. So there might be other information that would be helpful to know. And then all throughout this, you might have vocabulary words. That we should know. For example, maybe poverty, if that's your topic. The word poverty itself can be a vocabulary word because it might be something that we're unfamiliar with. We're not as familiar with. So for this source number 1 and for source number 2, you're going to gather that information and record it here on this doc as best as you're able to. If you want to go on and gather more sources, you may do that. And then you're going to go on for, okay, in this information that we found, there's probably some solutions or some ideas for solutions to some of the issues. I got to pause you again. And I'm back. Okay, so in our research that you're gathering, you're also going to find probably some solutions. Okay, so you would want to include those in on the research that you're gathering. And you want to include here my suggestions to help raise awareness or create change is this. So what is something that would be helpful to create some change, and some things that you can do right now. And then at the end, in conclusion, tell us what you believe and how come, or what you learned through the process about how addressing this issue that you have up here is going to help improve the standard of living for people. That's the goal. I'm going to work at that as best I can, but if you do have questions, please do reach out to me so I can try to help you as much as I can through this process. That's what we've worked on yesterday and then today. Today, I should say, we looked at and examined the type of sources to gather, like our online sources. And back at the beginning part of the year, we had our layout of what makes a good online resource. It's current. There's an author, where you're able to identify who the authors are, and those people have authority. They are experts in their field. The content is accurate, so there's no false information or misleading information. The source is relevant to what we are doing, and the purpose of the source is to inform or provide us with information that we would need. So you have to use, we call that CARP, if you remember. We have to use that information to help us determine what is a good source to use. I hope this is helpful. If not, please let me know. Let me know what I can help you address first, and we can take it step by step from there. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. This 9-minute video now is taking me almost 40 minutes to do, so crazy. Have a great day.